Hey guys, welcome back. Well, after more than 10 years of having tracked down on the railroad, I'm finally beginning to put some scenery down. Step one is filling the gaps between the 3-foot flex track sections that have the ties missing. I pull one tie out of each piece of flex track while I solder the rails together off the railroad. So first thing I have to do is fill all these gaps. Every 3 feet there's this gap of 2 ties. So I've taken ties and slid them underneath. I've started here in 2 towns. We're going to start first here at Paxton, and then we go into Quinter. What I've done here is taken some brown latex wall paint that I had mixed to match the rail brown color of Scale Coat 2 paint and thinned it out with some wet water to paint the rails and the ties. What this does is make the black ties look a little more weathered before we go into ballasting and stuff. So I've gone and just brushed on with a stiff or thick brush, just brushed on over the tops of the ties and the sides of the rails, trying to dull down the finish a little bit to make it look a little more weathered. Paying attention to keeping the mechanisms at the turnouts nice and clean so that they don't bind up. Again, the paint is thin, so it really isn't that thick, so it shouldn't mess with the mechanism, but I've kept it clean anyway. As we come around the curve here, I've also begun to do some sampling of what to do with the non-tracked area of the railroad. I put a base coat of some beige paint down. The paint I put down is the same color I've used in the house with a little bit of brown slapped on top of it. Haven't got to any green or any kind of coloring yet. That'll come later once I figure out what I want to do. But it's come along pretty fast. I've tried to use the brush-on method versus bringing out the airbrush just because there's so much involved with cleaning it and stuff. So I just try to brush it. Goes pretty quickly. Dries nice and flat. I'm quite happy with it. I'm going to continue on as I go around the railroad. I'm going to do the lower level first just because that's where the most trackage is and it's the most visible. Over here at Amalgamated Chemicals, I put down some black foam core board just to act as a pad for the tank cars. It's all a little black here. I'll dress it up with some silver piping eventually, but just to get the industry a little more established here. So we'll continue on with this. I'll pull out some ground foam, maybe some sawdust, and get some more texture to the foam here. But we're going to try to get rid of a lot of the pink here and change it to some more earth tones and greens and stuff like that. So stay tuned. We'll be back soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.